What's up, YouTube? My name is RJ. I'm with Harbuck Media. Last week, we discussed should you do an audio podcast or a video podcast. More specifically, what are the pros and cons of doing a video podcast over an audio-only podcast? Now, this week, we want to pick up with that conversation and now talk about what is the cheapest way to do a video podcast. But before we get into the content today, first, give us a like if you don't mind. It really just helps with the algorithm, helps us to grow our channel and reach new people. And if you're watching this and you're not a subscriber, please become one today. And do not forget to smash that notification bell so you're notified of all of our upcoming video content. We post a video just like this one every single week, and we have shorts that come out Monday through Friday as well. If you have the opportunity, follow us on Instagram and Facebook as well at Harbuck Media. If you have any questions or comments about this video or any of our previous videos, drop them down in the comments section. We will do our best to answer them as quickly as possible. And if it needs a more full-length discussion, we would love the opportunity to turn it into a video just like this one. All right, let's get started.
Oh, fire and water meet, going down deep, sing, oh, bury me, carry me, far beneath. Down to the river.
What is the cheapest way to film a video podcast? Or more specifically, let's alter that question a little bit. What is the cheapest way to film a quality video podcast? Well, first, use a video recording service. There are a lot of video conferencing softwares out there. Two of the most notable ones are Zoom and Google Meet, and you've probably used them yourselves. There are a lot of people out there that like to use these software to record video podcasts. And while that's a great and seemingly cheap, maybe even free option if you go with the Zoom free account, it's not necessarily a quality option. There are then software out there such as Zencastr and Riverside.fm, and there are probably others as well, that specialize in high quality video and audio conferencing, and more specifically, podcasting. My favorite out of those is Riverside.fm. Riverside.fm has a great user interface. They answer all the questions that you would need when it comes to video podcasting. You can sign up with Riverside.fm for free, or if you want to start paying for the subscription, they have one that will run you around $180 a year, and then one that runs you close to $290 per year. Now, what's so great about Riverside.fm is not only is their user interface so clean and easy to use, but then they offer a lot of extra incentives like 4K video, unlimited recording, multiple guests, multiple audio sources. They even offer transcripts if you go with the pro version, that $290 subscription with Riverside.fm. So there's a lot of great reasons to use a service, a recording service such as Riverside.fm or even Zencastr. Next, use a webcam. That may seem kind of obvious, but what I mean by that is don't go out and spend a bunch of money on a DSLR camera and a lens when there are webcams, specifically 4K webcams out there that will do the job and do it well. When it comes to webcams, specifically, again, 4K webcams, there are a lot of different types of 4K webcams, but there are a couple that stand out from among the crowd when you're talking about video podcasting. My two personal favorites are the Opal C1, which unfortunately at the time of the recording of this video is not available yet. That camera is going to run you around $300, and it's special because it actually has a lens built in that allows for that aperture, which is that blurred background. It actually does it mechanically like an expensive DSLR camera. In its place, for now, I would highly suggest the Lumina webcam, which will run you around $200 and accomplishes that same blurred background via AI. DSLRs are expensive, and then you'd have to get a special lens to get that blurred background that everyone is looking for. And additionally, you'll have to get a capture card to convert that camera feed into a digital signal that your computer can interpret. Webcams are easy to use. They just plug right into the computer and they work exactly how you want them to work. Again, I would suggest spending a little bit more money and getting something like the Lumina webcam or the Opal C1. They will get you a much higher quality, near DSLR quality image for the money. After video, we have to consider audio. And one of the most challenging things to do is to capture crisp, clean audio. For this, I would suggest using a USB mic, but not all USB mics are created equal. In fact, many of them are very, very cheap and will cause a lot of problems, a lot of headache. My suggestion is to get the Shure MV7. The Shure MV7 is a great microphone from the Shure line. The podcasting pro mic that everyone wants to use is the Shure SM7B. That is this microphone right here. The problem with this microphone is that it costs $400, and then you will need an audio interface, probably running you around $250, to connect this signal to your computer. So you're looking at spending between $600 and $700 to get this microphone to work for your computer. Whereas the Shure SM7B is the same basic microphone, more like a little brother version of this microphone that has USB microphone ability, which means no need for a interface. That microphone will run you $250. You plug it straight into your computer, and when you do that, it enables all kinds of touch abilities and has software integration to help you dial in that perfect quality sound. Great microphone for the money. Lastly, when it comes to equipment, we need to discuss lighting. Lighting is going to be important because it does not matter how good of a camera and how good of audio you have. If you can't be seen by your audience or there's poor lighting shadowing part of your face, it's just not going to look good. So you need to invest in lighting. The free option is always to use natural light, but natural light is unpredictable. It's unreliable. And why is that? Because it's natural light. Some days it rains. Some seasons are darker than others. If you record at night, then you don't have the sun. These kinds of variables make it unrealistic to rely upon natural light on a consistent basis. And if you're going to spend a little bit of money to get that high quality audio, then it makes sense to spend a little bit of money to get that high quality lighting as well. You can pick up the Lume Cube Edge light for $120. This is a professional video light that doubles as a desk lamp. So when it's not being used, you don't have this ugly studio light in your office. You can angle it so that it operates just like a desk lamp. And then when you need it for your video podcast, you just turn that light towards your face. And now you've got a well-lit face for your video. Now you've spent about $1,000 in your first year between your subscription, your webcam, your microphone, and your lighting. So what are you going to do with that $1,000 investment? Well, obviously, you're going to film a video podcast, but how do we make money off that video podcast? Well, that is our final tip for the day. In order to recoup some of that money back, our suggestion is that you use your podcast to target new clients, to target prospects. What do I mean by that? Use your podcast and ask these prospects to come on and speak on your podcast. The entire time you're getting to learn from them, they're getting to learn from you, and you're developing a relationship, helping you to push that sale even further, to push the potential of that sale further down the line, developing that relationship. You are now going to get further reach from your podcast because they will share your content as well. If they have a podcast, they're going to share this podcast that you're recording on their show. And if not, then they're going to share it through their social media. So not only are you potentially making a sale while filming a podcast, but you are also sharing your podcast on more social media platforms. It's a win all around. So that's it. $1,000 and some work, some interviews set up with potential clients. This is a great way to film a high quality video podcast on the cheap. One more time, you're going to want to use a video recording service like Riverside.fm. You're going to want to get a high quality 4K webcam such as the Opal C1 or the Lumina webcam. You're going to want to get a great USB microphone such as the Shure MV7, and then you're going to want to get some high quality lighting such as the Lume Cube Edge desk lamp. You get those things, you get some people scheduled to do interviews on your podcast, and you're ready to go, ready to start filming that high quality video podcast. I hope you found this information useful for you today. If you did, please be sure to drop us a like. If you're not a subscriber today, please become one and smash that notification bell so that you're notified of all of our upcoming video content. If you have a question or a comment, be sure to drop it down in the comment section. We will do our best to answer it as quickly as possible. And please go follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Harbuck Media. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll catch you next time.
Fire and water meet, going down deep, sing, bury me, carry me, far beneath. Down to the river.